All right, ask the expert this morning, Auger Hollingsworth. Phone in with your question, 613-789-6559-2803. You can also see there if you want to get a hold of Brenda Hollingsworth yourself. There's her email, info@ottawalawfirm.ca, and there's the website, askbrenda.ca, and they're on Lancaster and on Woodruff as well, O'Connor and Silver 7 Road. All right, Natalie's on the phone. She has a question for you. Good morning.
Hi. I'm just wondering, when applying for disability, they often suggest to use the insurance doctor. Are we obliged to do that?
Or can use your own?
Right.
Good question.
Yeah. So typically they don't ask you to use their doctor. They require you to use their doctor. Typically they will send you for an independent medical assessment, which is really an insurance medical assessment. And you will go to their doctor, you will see what the outcome is, and if you disagree with the outcome, then you have an opportunity to get a rebuttal from your own doctor. But typically you do, if they ask you to go to their doctor, you typically have to go to their doctor.
And does their doctor trump your doctor?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It depends on the qualifications, and that's where you can get into a dispute, and that's where a
call
lawyer
you.
would help. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your call. Let's go next to Gerald. Good morning. You're on CTV Morning Live.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just have a question. I'm on long-term disability.
Yes.
And also Canada pension long-term.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, I'm turning 65 in May.
Yes.
And they wrote me stating that I would be finished the disability because I'll be transferred to old age.
The
Yes.
CPP, yeah.
And I was wondering if I go on disability old age.
Good
And
question.
if, and if I keep my Canada pension disability, or they're
Right.
going to switch me to a regular.
I think a lot of
Right.
people are going to be
Sure.
hearing this, waiting for this answer.
Yeah, so because long-term disability is a contract and it ends at 65, so that's kind of not negotiable. But then typically if you're on long-term disability and Canada Pension Plan disability, typically that Canada Pension Plan disability will just transform into regular Canada Pension Plan. And instead of the long-term disability, you'll get old age security. So that's typically what happens. And then if you're at a job where you have a pension, often your pension will kick in at that time too. So sometimes you can be better off, sometimes you're not. It sort of depends on what you've got lined up personally.
But in terms of disability to pension, more times than not, the amount of income will drop.
If you go to your pension, it might go up.
Oh.
Yeah, depending on, it depends on what percentage of your employee.
How much you made, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, often a pension might be 80% and maybe disability 67%, so you might get a bump up.
Mental health issues. Are we seeing
Yeah.
more and more people applying for, taking advantage of, and is the industry recognizing and acknowledging it?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot easier to get an insurance company's attention for mental health issues than it was 15 years ago when we opened this firm. So now all invisible injuries are better accepted. You don't have to do as much basic education, but you still have to prove that your disabling condition is in fact disabling. So there's still that element of proof, which is a lot harder when you don't have an X-ray.
Biggest advice you would give to someone when it comes to disability issues?
Well, make sure you have disability insurance. Like if you're a freelancer or a self-employed, get disability insurance. It is expensive, but if you are disabled and you can't work, CPP disability or Ontario Disability Support, those are very low income amounts and it's very difficult to live on those. So have private disability.
Very important piece of
Yes.
information right there. Thank you very much for coming
Thanks
on
for having
today.
me.
If you have more questions for Brenda Hollingsworth, a personal injury lawyer, you of course can email her, info@ottawalawfirm.ca. The website is askbrenda.ca, and there's the address of the offices of Auger Hollingsworth.